A wannabe rock star and a bunch of talented students have audiences laughing and jamming along at the Orpheum Theater this week. School of Rock the Musical is in town, and the cast is full of young actors. Morning anchor Maya Sign sat down with one of the lead characters to talk about what goes into pulling off this show.
The Orpheum Theater is showcasing School of Rock from now until April 28th. Joining me now to talk about the popular musical is Lexi Dorset Sharp, who plays Rosalie, aka the principal. Now, tell me a little about, I just went to the show last night.
Yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, yeah.
How do you prepare for that role?
Yeah, vocally the role is very challenging because there's, operatic that happens in Act 1 and then there's a big belt number in Act 2. So vocally I feel in very good shape right now because I'm having to sing almost every note in my range every day. And then other than that, I have all my weird kumbaya rituals as an actress. I come in, I have my essential oils, and the other thing I try to do is I make sure that I try to connect with whoever's playing Dewey that night and the children before we come on, because it's really about that relationship.
What's it like working with the kids? I mean, there's probably like more than a dozen, it looks like.
We travel with 16 children, so
wow.
16 kids between the ages of 9 and 13.
Wow.
And they all play their rock instruments live on stage. So these kids are amazing. These kids during the day they're doing schoolwork. And then at night they're leading a First National Broadway tour. It's pretty great, and these kids are special. They're proficient at their instruments at 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah.
It's awesome though. It's really created a wonderful culture at work because there's children around all the time. So I think it's been one of the best culture of work environments that I've had, and it's because you're always being watched, and you want to be a great example.
That's an excellent point. And
Yeah.
again, the kids just seem to be so much fun there.
Yeah.
For those people who maybe have not seen the movie and or are thinking about going to check out the musical, tell us a little bit about what it's about.
Sure. So what happens is Dewey Finn is kind of bumming around with his best friend Ned Schneebly on his couch and staying there, and eventually has to pay rent, right? Ned's girlfriend Patty says it's time for you to pay rent. Dewey's kicked out of his band, and then he goes to an elite elementary, upscale school, and poses as his roommate Ned Schneebly as a substitute teacher. And I'm the headmistress of the school, and he kind of quite literally rocks the walls of the school because he's trying to get money for rent. And along the way, what he ends up forming is a band with these children to go and compete in the battle of the bands for a grand prize. So what ends up happening is he comes in, and you get to see how maybe the schlubby guy, Dewey Finn, has kind of changed this school, and everyone he meets, these kids that maybe are a little too honed in and focused on academics and forget what it's like to be fun, get to evolve. And then you also get to see how Dewey affects my character of Rosalie, who's a little bit of a stick in the mud during Act 1, and then you get to see more of her real side in Act 2.
More fun stuff, absolutely. And again, when to go check it out. So much fun. Great for the families. If you want to go, you can get tickets for School of Rock at the musical at Ticket Omaha box office inside of the Holland Performance Arts Center. Thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more news after the break.